Hi, hello, welcome or welcome back. So I realized, it's not like I realized, I remembered rather that I still had some. Okay, no, definitely a no, because this is going to be a card of the day. But I still have stocked the photos from, I think that it was my first photo shooting since I moved to Cancun, and I I kind of just wanted new photos for my book because I'm also an art model and I usually work either for independent designers or just um, visual art projects. And so I had some rather unusual photos in my book. Okay, like I remember this very specific project that I really loved that was called Plastic Sea, and then the first I think one of the first big ones were with this duo of girls from Japan who were specialized in flower art. And so I kind of wanted something more traditional, but life chose otherwise, and I connected with this creator. And his name is Achieve It with Magic, so I was like, it kind of feels like a synchronicity. And he asked me if I had some theme in mind, and I was just starting to launch my tarot reading services online, and I'm like, well, how about using my tarot deck? And so basically, we created this whole series, and each and every card has a dedicated picture. And I started posting the picture, and I was basically using that as the cover for each and every video that would come out with the card of the day. Then I started implementing and improving the scope of my readings because I wanted to explore more. And I'm still going to do that, but I want to go 10. Right? I want to go full circle. I want to close that chapter, so we're going to do things the old-fashioned way for a bit. So this is going to be a card of the day. I'm basically going to do just as per usual, just shuffle the card and boom, what do we, okay, Oxylos. So I am going to just give a short introduction about the myth. I would usually, in my first videos, I would take a big portion of time to explain the myth. I am on a quite busy schedule today, so I am just going to give a general overview of the overall energy so that you can already bathe yourself into that. And then, in order to select your specific message, you will have to select a number for 1, 2, 4. And basically, your message will be related to one of the keywords that are naturally appearing on the card. The main difference is going to be that we are also going to use the chaotic messages from the universe tarot deck that I made by myself. I was channeling messages and reuniting those, and then we'll see what comes out. We might also use some self-defense charms, but we'll see. Okay, so let's start with the introduction. Oxylos. Oxylos was some sort of predestined figure, someone who was meant to come in a very specific situation, okay? And there was a duo, like a group of people, so to say, who was waiting for this arrival. Okay, it's about time for my arrival, as Mother Christina would say. Um, and they just kept on waiting. Okay, they were waiting for this champion to arrive because they had received a premonition. They had, yeah, they either a dream or a prophecy. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that they had a very specific idea in mind of how the hero was supposed to look. And an interesting detail was the amount of eyes. Okay, the duo was expecting a hero with I I should refresh my memory if it was. I really think that it was about the amount of eyes, but now I'm wondering if it was about the amount of legs. Okay, like all of a sudden I'm getting a bit confused, but it doesn't matter because I'm doing this introduction just to give an overall energetic introduction. This is not going to be one of those videos where I actually recite the myth, okay, by heart. So what happens in the story is that many people pass by. Okay, many people pass by, and for one reason or another, it just never fits. It's never the right fit until Mr. Oxylos shows up, and the duo is quite disappointed. They're like, but no, I mean, we were waiting for a hero, and this Oxylos guy, he's wearing trashy stuff. He's not almighty. He doesn't have a parade. What's that? Okay. And so they have a brief discussion, and throughout the discussion, they start realizing that the information that that Oxylo brings is quite exactly what they're looking for. And all of a sudden, one of them remembers. Okay, there is that one aesthetical, that one superficial, that one external detail about the prophecy that sparkles a light into the waiter, the person who's waiting, into the person who's waiting's head. And the fact that Oxylos comes riding a horse, and I think that the horse only had one eye or something of the sort. Okay, once again, I should double check, but not today. Just follow me through the logic right now. They look at the creature that Oxylos is riding, and by connecting the creature that Oxylos is riding with the person and the information that Oxylos is providing, they start realizing that actually he is the destined hero. They're like, oh my God. Can you remember? We were supposed to wait for someone with 3 eyes, and look at that. 1, 2, 3, bam! We won the lottery, okay? It's here. And from that moment on, they just, they are able to proceed on their quest. They were kind of frozen up until that point. Okay? So look, I'm just going to be generous. I'm going to double check if the finale also brings some sort of additional information. So yeah, I was remembering correctly. It was about the eyes. And yeah, they were waiting for their guide. And okay, yes, there was some quite important information. The thing is that they were waiting for someone to be governor. Okay, like this person, this Oxylos guy was supposed to run the show. And not only that, he resulted to be so wise, so rich in knowledge, that they put him as judge for the Olympic Games. And yeah, eventually the story finishes with that the three eyes of Oxylos became the symbol. Yeah, it truly was the horse without an eye. And yeah, so basically the whole thing, the whole creature formed by Oxylos and the horse became the symbol of clarity, balance, and fair judgment. Okay? So let's go with the groups. Now, this is going to be an unusual group selection because you're not going to be able to see and watch any image. I could have prepared things in advance, but I wanted to just shuffle on camera. So I might just recite the keywords, but I kind of want to do the thing that I was doing in the beginning, and also push my viewers to train their own intuition as well. So let's just use numbers, okay? Just pick a number between 1 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then go to the description box and select the right chapter that corresponds. Very likely you will be able to see the keywords down there. So if you want to, okay, I'm going to give options. And just brainstorming as I go. If you want to train your intuition, use the numbers. If you feel like you need a little bit more support, you can go to the description box and use the keywords. I will write them down there. See you at your group. Hi, group 1. So if you know, you know. If you don't, I'm going to tell you. Your keyword is the Preestablished Order. Let's do the influencer thing. I was getting this word about climbing the ladder, or just doing things the wrong way, or rather the right way. So your message could be about you realizing that okay, I was not expecting this card to come out. You realizing that either you or likely someone else, now that I have this clarifier, is doing things the wrong way. And that in order for you, make it clear. Oh, okay. That was pretty clear. And that in order for you to actually have your progression, to not lose your momentum, you don't really have a choice but to do things the correct way. So I need more clarifiers before I can show you. Whoa, okay. One more so that I can listen. I was supposed to only pull out 5 because that's the usual procedure, but sometimes there are just more cards that fly out, and in this case I feel like it's necessary because I feel like this is some sort of unexpected truth for you. Okay? You were just concerned with building, concerned with moving forward, and so this is the card that made me go okay, right, psychopath. And then after psychopath, I have Sokitolin, which kind of tells me that something in your intuition, something in your gut feeling was informing you, was telling you that something was off. Math was a mathing, dots were not dotting. Okay, like I did all of this the correct way. So it's either about someone not letting you progress, or this could also be about spirit not letting you progress until you face the information, until you face the truth. And the truth is that you need to be protecting, you need to be guarded, you need to protect yourself from someone who was supposed to work with you, to be your partner. You were supposed to build a partnership with them. I'm getting like-minded. You thought that you and this person were on the same page, riding the same wave, cool like that. You thought that this person was cool. And you are meant to realize that this person is full of shit, that I have better alone than having to eat your shit. That whatever type of positive outcome that you're meant to have is not going to come from being able to have a polite and fair collaboration with this person. And I see that you're going to have some sort of sudden realization, okay? Like, I see you kind of going in circles and low-key circling the truth, okay? And never truly looking at it. And then at some point, you're going to put two and two together, and you are going to realize exactly what's going on. You're going to realize exactly what the truth is. And I see you kind of acting out of fear a little bit, but you can do this in a good way. So I'm going to, this is definitely the type of group that requires some self-defense charms. All right. Divine timing. So it's like once you've seen, what has been seen cannot be unseen. So once you see the truth about the situation, you are going to be reminded constantly about the fact that you need to deal with it. And it's like not only you having the right type of realization, it's going to come to you in divine timing, meaning when it's the right time for you to digest the information, to act responsibly regarding to it, to be able to handle the difficult emotions related to it, like you might need to cry a little bit about it and then be back on your game, okay? But that's okay, okay? It means that you are human, and that when you encounter dark energy, you have a human reaction, okay? It means that you are still in there, okay? You are still present. I'm getting you can still be loved. I don't know if this was a concern for some of you, but this is also, this divine timing thing, it's also about fear, the fear factor not truly going away, okay? Like once you deploy the first action, as I was saying, divine timing, you are going to start hearing the clock, okay? And you are going to start receiving or just bursting out the right ideas on what to do next. What is the next action in line? Okay? And it's going to be unexpected. Okay? This was not something that you planned, but this is rather something that will be planted in your head. okay? Think about Matrix. How Neo would enter the simulation, and then all of a sudden he was like, okay, I need to have this type of program downloaded into my brain. And boom, all of a sudden he knew how to do certain stuff, okay? So you might also be scared of not truly knowing how to deal with the situation, at least at first. But, okay, I need to use this. Sorry, I just got a message. Just let me check that, because it's usually a synchronicity. Okay. So I'm getting that there's something important at stake. This is also why you are kind of like, this information is triggering a fear reaction, okay? Left out. You are kind of, you were waiting. It's like going from waiting to fast action, okay? But you could only do that once you would integrate that information. And so fear is not supposed to freeze you, okay? Fear is supposed to be treated. Fear is supposed to direct your conduct in the situation. I'm also getting like, yes, go fast, but there is still the importance of waiting here. Like, some process can simply not be rushed, okay? And again, the pre-established order. Perhaps you were hesitating to take a very specific step. Perhaps you were hesitating to contact a specific someone, and all of a sudden you are going to realize that time is running out, that you need to do it, that you need to at least do your part, okay? Sorry. And you might definitely receive external help, but you are the one who needs to initiate the process, basically. You are the one who needs to set things in motion. So I'm going to close the reading for you, group number 1. I hope this gave you clarity. If you feel called to leave a comment down below, I kept it like strictly energetic. So you can definitely help other readings by leaving a comment. This way you can also do your part in helping perhaps newcomers do the translation between the energetic information. No, this one is the one that says out. The energetic information and the practical situation. Okay? So stay strong, and let's connect again soon. All right, group 2, you chose, if you know, you know, if you don't, I'm going to tell you. You chose the waiting. So, let's see what this is about. You waiting to achieve something. No. Make it clear, please. You waiting to achieve something, or maybe receive some sort of communication. We have, it doesn't make any sense. Okay, So you might have been putting a lot of work into something, and it wasn't really paying off. And we have take a risk. So this can probably refer to fly out. This can probably refer to you needing to look at things from a different perspective. Like, sometimes hard work is not enough. Okay? You need to make sure that you're also working in a smart way, not just in a hard way. Okay? And so there's probably something that's blocking you. Okay, there is something or someone in your energetic field that is blocking you, and you might not know. Okay, and you need to understand that if you're a spiritual person and you are meant to work with the divine, you are meant to work with the spiritual realm, and you are meant to receive certain type of outcomes. Okay. I have let this go. From how you manage and how you handle your energy. Okay. I see what this is about. We have mental health check, get healthier. Receiving some sort of confirmation, workload, abundance, communication, while there is still some lingering spiritual task that has to be tackled, that has to be taken care of, you might experience a practical delay. And that's because you need to put your attention on the global state of your system. It's not just about waking up and doing the things and just do more things and just do more things and just do more things. At some point, you kind of need to let the thing in the hands of spirit, and rather working on improving your energy so that you can attract the outcome that you're seeking. So you might be operating a little bit too much in your masculine energy, which is a necessary state of mind. Okay, you need to go out and seek for the things that you want to bring in. That's definitely needed. But regardless of how you identify, or how you're built, like however you want to navigate the spectrum, basically, you need to have balance. Okay, you need to have balance in your energy, and embodying, finding balance in your masculine and feminine energy, even if you identify more as a masculine, doesn't mean that all of a sudden you lose touch with your masculine. It's just about you finding balance. I'm getting hormonal balance as well. So you might be juggling a little bit too much or too many responsibilities. And I see that you're doing things by the book. This is why you're a little bit frustrated at this point in time. Like, it doesn't make any sense. I'm doing everything by the book, and it's still not coming in. How is that? Okay? So, I feel like this change of approach where you let your intuition guide you, where you rather work on improving your health, feels like a little bit of a risk. Like, if I'm not constantly surveilling everything that I should be taking care of, it might slip away, or I might miss out on an opportunity. And yes, but the thing is that there is I'm starting to see like a dark ball. Okay, there is something stuck in your throat. Okay, some sort of truth, something that you have been keeping caged or under control. And I'm getting it's about damn time for letting it go. And you have been letting it go in the wrong way, because you need to know, you need to realize that pretending that nothing happened, or that you haven't been affected by the thing, or that this isn't taking a toll on your mental health, that's not letting it go. Okay, that's not that's stalking the information inside of you. Okay, you are actually keeping the information. You are keeping the dark. You are keeping the pain. You are keeping the hurt. You are doing the exact opposite of letting it go. You let it go once you find a healthy outcome for the information. So, I'm seeing different options, different scenarios, and I'm going to pull out the self-defense chart just to have confirmation. But this can be as simple as you sitting with a mental health professional and telling the truth about what went on, and letting yourself cry about it, letting yourself be sad about it, letting yourself be, I'm getting pathetic, but you're not pathetic, okay? You're not pathetic for acknowledging that you have been hurt at some point in time, or that you have been the witness of something that was wrong. Okay, you are human. Like, good for you. Congratulations. You still have hope. Okay, I'm going to show it anyway. Stay home. So the other scenario that I was picturing was about you putting the information out into the universe. Okay, but just for the sake of it. It's not even about you trying and do too much to achieve a certain outcome. Once the ball is out, once the bomb is out, you stay cozy. Okay, from that moment on, it's truly and literally in the hands of the universe. Okay, and it might surprise you, but you are going to feel different after you have this release, after you have this moment of personal healing, of emotional healing. I'm also getting throat chakra healing, could resonate or could refer to a specific situation. But you are going to feel more aligned. You are going to feel more you. Like, okay, I am aligned again. I'm doing things the correct way again. This was truly important. You might start seeing colors in a different way. You might start seeing just the intensity of how life vibrates. It is going to be balanced back into a frequency that feels like home, if that makes sense. Okay, you might have memories of of feeling that way, and you are trying to recover that, you are trying to retrieve that, but you are missing out on a very, very important piece of information here. Okay? There is someone or something in your close vicinity, or something that happened in your past even, that is not letting you progress, is holding you back, is pulling you back. And I see you that you're kind of trying to grow bigger muscles just to move on, and you are going to move on. Okay, it's not pulling you back so that you are going to enter the same dynamic again. If you look at this character, the aim of his action is forward, and he's only slightly looking back. Okay, he's only slightly like, oh, look, and boom. Okay, I'm getting one text or something, or someone that you have been ignoring, like, I don't have time for this. You need to create that. Okay, you find time in life. All right, I was just seeing if there is anything else. It feels risky, but I said that already. Like, you might be scared that this is kind of trying to drag you back, but you are already on the move, okay? You are already on the go. So this is not supposed to even to scratch you. This is not supposed to leave you any type of scar, okay? This is just you dropping baggage for your own sake. Oh. Macro, micro to micro. Okay, those words might tell you something, might mean something to you. The letter O, you feeling like a sense of surprise once you realize what this is about, or just how much this information or this situation was preventing you from moving forward. Okay. But it's like you are being guided to it. At the same time, you know what you have to do. Okay, you're just telling yourself that you can't, but you know what you have to do. Okay, deep down you know what you have to do. We all do. I was looking at this beautiful interview by the flamenco singer Concha Buica, and it's in Spanish, but I think that there are some English translations here and there. And she's explaining that each and every individual knows what they have to do. Like, you know what you have to do. You know what you have to do in order to get your life together. You know what you have to do in order to make things work with your partner. You know what you have to do in order to start off a certain something. You always do, but you don't want to. Okay, and I feel like in this case, this situation is definitely related to something that has been scratching your subconscious. Like, you know that you have to take care of that, but you're telling yourself that you can't. Okay, so do that. So I'm going to close the reading for group number 2. Thank you for tuning in. If you feel called to leave a comment down below, this can help other people make the translation between the energetic information and the practical situation. And yeah, don't be scared. Don't be afraid. Group 2, okay? Life is more than the 3D. So yeah, for some of you, you might just finding out, so this is why it feels so shaky. But once you start getting a hang of it, you'll see. You'll see. You'll see how much you can see. So, chaos. Yeah, it's a bit chaotic right now, but this is also going to silence the noise, probably. Okay, I really need to close now, but there were just that side information rushing. So thank you. See you soon. Bye-bye. All right, group number 3. If you know, you know. If you don't, I'm going to tell you. Your keyword is the unexpected help. So this keyword in this position usually talks about stuff that comes in too fast. Okay, and that is not necessarily not to be trusted, but it definitely needs to be handled with caution. Okay, and I have ambivalent. So there might be something that is too good to be true, a new relationship, oh my god, this is my perfect person, a new job, and you're being love bombed right off, and it's like, but you don't even know me. Okay, and I have this isn't the right time. So let me pull out. And the thing is that you deserve more. Okay, if this is a relationship, you deserve more attention. Okay, you deserve just, I mean, depending on how you functions with oh my goodness, depending on how you function within relationships, you might need to be spoiled more. You might need to have a better chemistry. Like, there's something better. Okay, and if this is a job, whatever type of offering that you are receiving, that offering is not leveled to your actual skills. Okay, so you might be in the process of just keeping the thing in the loop, or just making sure that you stay in the loop to, it's like you're holding auditions. Okay, you're holding auditions, and I have don't do this alone, ask for help, and you might not really know whether to give the full you to the candidates that are being presented to you. And you might need to receive some sort of external validation. You might need to talk to someone who actually knows what you bring to the table. You might need to talk to some counselor, or just restart therapy again, or watch a podcast, like something that is supposed to show you the reality about the situation, that you're not the one who's supposed to pitch yourself. Okay, it's other people who need to pitch themselves to you. Other people need to convince you that they can support you, that they can have access to you, that they can benefit from your services, that they can be a proper match, okay? So you might be dealing with a lot of karmic energy, karmic mirror. These situations are placing a mirror in front of you, and everything that you don't like about this situation, it's basically reflecting the false image that you have about yourself. And it might even reflect stuff that you have been putting out in terms of energy, content, requests, or just how you communicate yourself that could only resonate with those I'm getting like crooked or not good enough partnerships, okay? It's like spirit is testing you. You know that you have a destined perfect outcome on the way. And so even if you are receiving fast results, okay, like fast even if you're receiving fast offers, it's kind of like, it's also like these offers know how much you're worth, okay? They're not willing to tell you or give you what you actually deserve, but they might insist a lot on making sure that you accept their crap, okay? So it's not about trying to convince them that they should give you more, okay? If they try and be sneaky, like, oh yeah, I can find better and cheaper. Like, no, you can find cheaper, and that's it, okay? But at the same time, there's some internal healing that needs to happen, where you build a solid trust in what you want and what you deserve. And you only and solely focus on bringing that in, nothing else. Okay? Like, the crap will always be available. You can always, this is something that I used to tell to my friends or like my sibling as well, when it was time to release some toxic guy. Like, don't worry. If at some point in time you're going to realize that the crap is what you want, the crap is always going to be there. Okay? The crap it will never move. But is that what you truly want? Like, for the rest of your life? I don't think so. You might be scared because it requires a little bit of extra work to align with what you're worth. Okay? To align with what your true value is. Because it's easier to enter a situation where you know exactly what's going to happen. Okay? It's easier to enter a situation where you know that the person is going to give you crap. Like, at least it's predictable. At least it's there. At least it's searching for you. At least they're calling you. At least they're sending everything like fast or whatever. Okay? But you need to at least try. If you're suffering in that situation and you are keep on entering the same situations over and over again because you close one and the first one that comes in is the exact twin of the previous one. And you have changed nothing about yourself. You have changed nothing about your procedures. You have changed nothing about your lifestyle. You have changed nothing about your communication. You have changed nothing about the stuff that you are capable of doing. Okay? You might need to take some time in order to retrain yourself, in order to actually do stuff that can align, okay, with what you want to bring in. Ouch. So, yeah, I'm feeling called to take this heal card again. In the sense where you might not know that these has to do with healing as well. Okay, you might not know that this area of your life has to do with healing as well, because you might think that healing is just medical. Okay, you get hurt and then you heal, and that's not the case. Okay, your energy, what you put out, as above so below. What you put out is what you extract. What you feed yourself is what you attract. So this is about also doing the shadow work. Like, I probably posted this quite a few times, like the fastest explanation for shadow work is to understand why you do things the way you do. And it's not just that. It's also what you do in the shadows, how you operate when nobody's watching, is what's going to determine your outcome. Okay? All right, I was just seeing if there was something else that comes up, but I feel like this was all. Thank you for tuning in. Group number 3. If you feel called to leave a comment down below, you're more than welcome to do so. This can help other viewers make the translation between the energetic information and the practical situation. Sending you strength in the meantime. See you soon. Hi, Group 4. So if you know, you know. If you don't, I'm going to tell you. Your keyword is the guidance, right? The guidance. I'm getting completion, or just forward motion with confidence. Take a risk. So this is likely about you fully following your intuition in a certain situation. Okay. Mustache. You might be dealing with some fake energy, okay? Someone who is lying. My two, okay, wig and glitter. Someone is lying big time, okay? Like someone is lying big time, because those are my two main cards that talk about someone hiding the truth, hiding their true face, hiding their true colors, and just covering it all up with wig and glitter. Okay? It's like, oh, okay, we already, okay. It's like this channel, you know, like I have been editing videos and doing all of that for quite a bit, and like for music, for social media, for marketing purposes. But I wanted to, okay, I want to use two examples to explain the situation. Like the creative choices behind this channel, and why most of my videos aren't edited. The first ones were edited a little bit, and then I just stopped doing that because I wanted to focus on quantity to provide the most variety available. But eventually I kind of started liking the rawness of the channel. My latest videos have edited photos as a cover because, you know, I also have this aesthetic side. But besides that, I'm not using filters, I'm not using background music, I'm not using special effects like explosions and all of that. I could, okay, I could. But this is the thing. There is usually a point in the path of most tarot readers, and is the point where they start channeling uncomfortable information. And it's kind of like becoming a doctor. You watch Grey's Anatomy, you watch any TV series about being a doctor, and they make it look so romantic, and you have the adrenaline and Doctor House and whatever, okay? And then the reality that sometimes you need to tell people that you know they're about to encounter the Reaper, that they are going to have to spend months of their life dealing with uncomfortable and potentially painful stuff. Like, it's not for everyone, okay? And it's the moment where you hit a wall and you need to take a decision. Am I, as a human, willing to take that type of responsibility upon my shoulders? And I knew from the beginning that this channel was going to welcome that type of information. And so, how am I going to do that? And my personal decision was to keep the space as human as possible. Also, keep myself as human as possible. I do follow tarot readers who really and truly prepare themselves for the show, and I enjoy that, okay? Like, I'm not shading anyone. I'm actively giving shout outs to those readers because they have been, and they still are, a great source of inspiration, even just to, you know, start off this type of endeavor online, seeing that other people were doing that in their own way, gave me the confidence, like, okay, I do have this in my hands, I do have these skills, I do know how I want to do it, and I do know how I want to present myself into this space. And I guess that this is also because I do have the chance in my during the rest of my life to polish myself, okay, to hype myself, to prepare myself for the show. So this to me is not a show. This is a kind of like a conversation, and I need to stress this out because sometimes people just see the horizontal camera and they truly think that it's a conversation, and then they feel like I'm their best friend, and I'm not, okay? I'm not anybody's best friend, okay? And this is not to be mean, this is to establish a healthy boundary, okay? This is probably not the type of conversation that, or normal conversation that you're able to have with a best friend. But the information that I want to deliver is human to human, okay? And there is someone who is denying that part of themselves, okay? There is someone who is so I'm going to be honest, because this is the purpose of me being here. This card was created primarily to talk about sexually deviant people, okay? So this person's sexy area might not be sexy at all, okay? It might actually be quite disgusting. If you knew what this person does in the shadow, you would feel like vomiting, okay? And this is the point. This is something that happens in the shadows. But you are kind of sensing that there is something off, there is something wrong, because of how much this person hides, okay? How much this person's public persona is all about wig and glitter. Like, this person might extract all of their confidence by external stuff. Like, no, you're not the same with or without. You take all of that, that's you, a deviant mother effer, okay? And you are triggering this person. You are triggering this person. And the only reason why you are triggering this person is because they're hiding this. Okay? You might have overlooked the situation up until the point where this person started acting triggered. Okay? But I'm not doing anything wrong. Okay? But I have bring sexy back. So, you are either very true to yourself, or you have a very healthy sexuality and sexual life, or you just talk about healthy sexuality, and this person cannot stand that. Okay? This person figured out that if you were going to continue, like, this person might be a little bit paranoid, okay? Because it's either like they are afraid that if the two of you were going to continue having an interaction, eventually you were going to find out, okay? Eventually you were going to call them out. This could also be about you being naturally very sexy, very attractive, and you're not behaving in a way that would enable this person to be their mustache self, okay? And so they're triggered because all of a sudden, in order to deal with you, they would have to question a lot of their activities. And this could go as far as you, perhaps you're like me, perhaps you speak publicly about certain subjects, and this person being triggered by the fact that, okay, if other people start realizing, start healing that part of themselves, my circus is not going to be able to continue. This person is not willing to let their behavior go. Okay, this person is not willing to give up on their darkness. Okay, this person is very attached to it. Okay, I have, again, 2 cards. Those are like the equivalent of major arcanas in my deck, okay? Because I have, so if you have familiarity with tarot, you might know that different cards have different intensities, okay? And it's the same in my deck. Like, for example, this is a mildly intense card, okay? Let's call this a page, the equivalent of a page. Same as this, take a risk. Kind of like the same intensity of this. Those are like big alert. Okay, they rarely come out together. I think that it's literally the first time that I have these two together. So this person, again, might look very polished. They might take really good care of their look, but it's a coping mechanism. Okay, so final clarifier is mental health check, get healthier. This person did a trick on you. Okay, this person put you in a dark corner. This person put you in a dark mental state. And you need to understand that he did that on purpose. That this has nothing to do with you. That you were doing absolutely nothing wrong. You just triggered this person to the point of paranoia. Okay? And the reason why I'm saying this is that if you're not even a public speaker and you're just, very honest, very outgoing, very self-expressive, it's ridiculous because this person could have gotten away with it. Okay? You might have actually bought into this person's charade, into this person's parade, and nothing was going to happen. But because they acted recklessly, now they're forcing you to heal. So, I see that your intuition is supposed to awaken into the situation. And I'm going to pull out some self-defense charms to see what's the best strategy. So basically, okay, I see two parallel lines of strategy here. And so strategy one is stay busy, okay? Like, you finding out about what's going on is really putting you in a dark place. Perhaps you've been through this before. Perhaps you were not expecting this from this person. Perhaps this was just not the right time. Whatever the case might be, this is something that can really, really hinder your mental state, okay? So this is a message for you to force yourself into activity, into action, so that your solar plexus chakra can continuously work. Okay, you need to force your healing for a little bit. And then you have save your kids. At some point, you are going to have to take a tough decision and choose between you and this person. And you need to realize that this person would choose themselves, okay, at any given point in time, and for the wrong reasons, okay? You are just trying to, feed your household. Just do things right. And this person is, in Italian we say, put a stick in, mettersi un bastone tra le ruote, place a stick in the wheel. I guess that's the best translation that I can give you. But basically, if you think about a chariot that has its normal progression, if you put a stick in the middle of one of the wheels, well, that can hinder your progression unless you break the fucking stick. Okay? At some point, you are going to have to be a little bit cutthroat in the situation and realize that this person is acting out of their ass. Okay? Like, this person, unfortunately, is a zero. Okay? And they are trying to put you in a zero position. You are supposed to go from zero to hero. Okay, you are supposed to patchwork yourself back together, even if you are still bleeding a little bit, even if you are still not fully recovered. I'm guessing once again, But you see how this person's armor looks? Like this thing kind of looks like, oh, okay. I'm not going to give that person a shout out. There was this poet from back in the days, and she did quite a stunt that involved a a kitchen tool. Okay, I'm just going to leave things there because it was someone from like from my close past, and I truly don't know what happened to that person. So I just remembered that stunt in particular. Basically, this person looks like they wore their blanket and put a kitchen tool on their head. Okay, this is some sort of Don Quixote, but you're not rushing against against nothing, against an illusion, against an hallucination. Okay, there's someone who is actually pressured, who is actually doing too much to show you their ass. This person might actually also be in a sort of mentality when they want to prove you that evil will prevail. Okay, this person might actually be so twisted with their like, oh, you're so cute, you want to do things the right way, I don't want that. Okay, and like, bro or sis, you do whatever the fuck you want with your ass, not with mine though. Okay, at the end of the day, what people do in the shadows is kind of their business. Okay, but this person absolutely wanted to leak their business onto yours, so what now? You know, at some point you're going to have to realize that people are going to do what they think benefits them. Okay, this person might feel like if they win over you, then there is nothing wrong with their conduct, or this person might just be bored. Okay, this person might just be bored and desperate for a win, and they are going for what they think is the most vulnerable, and all of a sudden you are going to awaken each and every dragon within you, and like, yes, I'm kind, but I protect my kind. Okay, so if you come for that, I transform. Voila. And this might have a lot to do with your joy, because you see how not serious this is. Okay, this might have a lot to do with you remaining joyful. I remember this is something that I learned in the most unexpected place, where I was directing a small theater, and at the same time I was providing fitness lessons, and at the same time, like I had to juggle a lot with the situation, and it was not always with the best people. And at some point there was a person that came in, okay, someone who had been doing my job for longer than me, and everybody was like, oh my god, I'm so scared. And I was super happy. I was like, fucking finally, fucking finally someone who actually knows what's going on. And we connected pretty well. This person also dragged me a little bit because I was not doing things correctly, and I was grateful. Okay, I was grateful. I was like, oh my god, yes, okay. Do bring quality into the situation, because so far it's a circus. And one big thing that this person taught me, I don't know what happened to this person either. Like, we're just life, we're not really in touch anymore. It was just a positive, temporary professional connection. It's not necessarily a friendship, okay? Which is also why I'm not just shouting out context just like that. And also, I mean, in this person's personal life, there was a lot that I was not really aligning with. But in that specific context, she taught me something about the power of forcing a smile sometimes. Okay? And it's not the same as pretending to be someone that you're not. Okay? But in this case, it's more about forcing yourself back to a place of happiness because you know that someone would benefit from you staying in the dust. That someone would benefit from you not knowing where to look at, not knowing in which direction to go. Okay, this person is counting on your confusion, and you are going to wrap yourself up in your confusion and make a fucking dance show. Okay, you wanted to see the shit show, front row tickets, add tax, and the after show, and the after party, and it's going to continue. Like, so, sometimes my humble opinion is that you need to give bitches what they want. Okay? Like, all of this pressure about, oh, but you need to always be the bigger person. Okay? You might have to bring other people into the situation. Don't hesitate to do that. Okay? At the end of the day, this person is counting on you being weak. Make yourself as strong as it takes. Okay? There's no shame in asking for help. There's no shame in doing things the correct way. There's no shame in rocking the boat if there's a rat right in front of you trying to dig holes just because they don't know what the fuck they're supposed to be doing. Was this even your boat? So. As I was saying, all this pressure into always having to be the bigger person, forgive and forget, like very conveniently, it's always in the mouth of people who fuck up. So, once I take the control of the boat, you forgive and forget. How about that? Okay? There was that TikTok that I saw. Once it's my turn, don't lose that appetite. You eat that shit like I did. Okay? And it's not about matching energy. Okay? It's simply about standing up for yourself. Doing things accordingly to what is best for you. Even if it makes someone else uncomfortable. Your job is not to make yourself as small as you can just so that people can do whatever to you. What's that? That's not being spiritual. That's not being peaceful. That's not being a light being. If you're a light being and you have the possibility to illuminate, you point that flashlight right into that motherfucker's face. And you keep it pointed for as long as it's necessary, until they blink. Okay? Save your kids. Okay? This person might not even know what that means. This person might have no honor, absolutely nothing to defend. They're just roaming through life. And trying to be harmful. Okay? So whatever it is that you do, know that also this person is going to try and use that against you. So if there is something that you know that this person used against you already and you let that go, go and create some good self-defense before you go and strike. Once that is in place, you go and do that. Whatever that is, you are being guided, okay? You are letting your intuition take control of you. Like, no questions asked. In group 2, there was a more hesitant energy. This is different, okay? This is already, like, you know what's going on. You know what's up energetically wise. You already know. So it's not the time to question yourself. It's not the time to second guess. Oh, but like, true, yes. Yes, again. Yes, you need to trust yourself. Yes, you need to trust your guides. Yes, you need to trust spirit. Yes, you need to trust your spite. It's there for a reason. Emotions are there for a reason. Okay? It's kind of like this person. They're getting triggered for a reason. They're blaming it on you. But the point is that they're getting triggered because what they're doing is actually wrong. They know that. Deep down, they know that. Because you're doing nothing to them. So, what's the logic behind they're doing stuff in the shadows, you're living your life, and they're being a piece of crap with you? Yes, their emotions are valid. They're getting triggered for a reason, and they are reacting in the wrong way. Same as you are receiving mistreatment for just being alive. You are not going there and bothering them. You are not going there and questioning them. You are not intruding their life. You are not asking them about what they do in the shadows. Okay, but they wanted to be nosy. They wanted to intrude. They are an intruder. Okay, this is someone who forces boundaries as a choice. It makes them feel powerful. It makes them feel like they have some sort of control over their life. Okay, they're wrong about this. And they are reading reality wrong. So make sure that you're the one who reads reality right. Right. Ooh, who reads reality right. See how sometimes letting things happen just illuminates hidden potential. Anywho, I know that this was not the reading that you wanted to receive, but this is definitely the mood that you need to embody. Okay, sometimes the show must go on, and life is a circus. Okay, even if you are a warrior, a spiritual warrior, it's at the end of the day, it's still a show. It's still a show, and you need to know that you're always performing in front of someone. You're never truly alone, and you know that. Okay, you know that. This person was probably not expecting that. This person might truly believe that performing in front of other people is enough, you know, to build a fake reputation, to, you know, if enough people clap for me, I'm going to heaven. That's not how it works. Okay? If I fool enough people, then I'm a good person. Mathematically, no. Like, life is that simple. Okay? But we live in a world where this type of simplicity has been twisted so much that it's actually a challenge to stay simple, to believe in simplicity. Like, people just ride their cognitive dissonance, and sometimes it goes as far as hindering other people on purpose. So stay strong, group number 4. I don't know why I was about to call you number 5, but I was also channeling that this is Mama number 5. Okay? Like, truly, you're supposed to show this person what you're truly made of. Okay? And, you know, I think that I said this already. I don't want to repeat myself. I'm just trying to see if there is something else that comes up. But music, music could really help you, okay? Put on some good music, okay? The stuff that really brings out the Sofia Boutella in you. If you don't know who Sofia Boutella is, I'm sorry for you, and you need to Google that, please. Sofia Boutella is a legend, okay? Like, absolute goddess. What comes after the class. Okay? But yeah. Also watching her videos can... she's perfect. Okay? But yeah, put on some music and just do it. Okay? Just do it. Just complete the cycle. Just complete the mission. You already know what you are about. You already know how this functions. And we had bring sexy back. This is an ongoing cycle. Okay? There is an energy about yourself that you need to bring back. This means that you've done it before. Okay? You might literally have imprinted in your memory the exact steps that you need to take. Might be one, might be several, depending on what stage you're in. But you got this. Okay? See you soon. Go watch Sofia Boutella and feel more than free to leave a comment down below. I feel like your reading was probably the most chaotic one, but I feel like this is for a reason, okay? That I kind of needed to take a little bit more time into the situation, like to dive into the situation. Sometimes my mind just goes faster than my words. But stay strong, okay? I'm going to close now, like for real. And see you soon, okay? Group number 4, this is number